What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And this one's a crazy one, man. Advance Auto Parts is now closing over 700 stores. And there is a lot of different things that I want to get into in this video, from, the classic car junkyards to, old used auto parts, the LKQs, the things of that nature that are mysteriously catching on fire in the last 2 weeks, 12 across the country. But I want to talk about Advance in this video and the fact that they're closing 700 stores. And then I'm going to talk about why I think that is. Because the people that are creating the problem are also the people that are creating the solution are also creating the problem. We're going to get into all that and more right after this. Guys, before I get into today's video, I have to talk about the giveaway that's going on the channel right now. The SRT Dodge Durango Hellcat is now active. Comes with a trailer, and on that trailer, you can get a 1973 Plymouth Satellite that also runs and drives. Needs work. It is a project car that actually looks pretty decent, and it's a complete package. First time we've done that. I had somebody saying that they wanted us to get a classic car on this next run, but we got such an amazing deal on the Durango, I couldn't pass it up. So we had to do it. So Durango's there. Trailer's not expensive either, though. We have a company in North Carolina that builds these trailers. They're like $3,200. Yes, so they're wood, but steel, but wood, floor planks or whatever you want to call it. Metal ramps that come out from the back. They're dope. But anyways, if you want to win that package, extra entries are up and they are closing out. So they will be done at some point this weekend. You can pretty much guarantee that. If you want to get in on it, link in the description down below, tk'sgarage.bigcartel.com. So Advance is closing 700 stores. Advance Auto Parts. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, why does that matter? I think it's the first. I think we're going to see something very similar from O'Reilly's, and I think we're going to see something very similar from AutoZone. The reason why is this. When you think about it, why would they close 700 stores? It's not like if you look at their books, if you talk about what they talk about in terms of what they make profit-wise, right, to their shareholders, they're not losing money. So why would you close 700 stores? Well, it's because their largest shareholders are Blackrock and Vanguard. Guess what it is for O'Reilly Auto Parts? You want to guess? Blackrock and Vanguard. Huh. Well, what about AutoZone? Yeah. Blackrock and Vanguard. Well, if they get rid of these auto parts stores and customers can't go in and go buy their own parts, to fix their own vehicles, well, people will just be able to go to the dealer to buy parts, right? At least when it comes to General Motors and Ford, you know who their largest shareholders are? Blackrock and Vanguard. Why is this a problem? Well, BlackRock and Vanguard are also invested into multiple other defense contractors. I'm a defense contractor, I would know. They're also invested into the technology, right? And funded a lot of stuff for patents that Ford did. I don't know about the General Motors side, but all of the tracking and shutdown software for these vehicles. Do you think this is a coincidence? The kill switches, the tracking, the speed limiters, all of that stuff? And now all of the sudden you're closing 700 Advance Auto Parts stores? No, again, You guys know I've worked in intelligence for over 20 years. I don't believe in coincidences, and I follow the money. You can look at the data. This looks like I don't want to say cash for clunkers, because that was another thing, right? Think about this. All of those vehicles that they got rid of, cash for clunkers, etc., 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 from those vehicles were all easy to repair, fix in your driveway type of vehicles, right? Not a lot of computers, not a lot of stuff. Literally, like change a thermostat, change a hose, change a belt, replace a radiator, change a water pump, all that stuff you could do in your driveway. Those vehicles are gone. It was a strategic, in my opinion, way to get people into more garbage vehicles. Really think about this, right? Vehicles that are made today do not last anywhere near as long as the older vehicles. I can tell you this now. I got friends, do they have to do timing chains and stuff on their E39s? I've owned one, the M5. Yes. That's about it. Just regular maintenance. You know what else breaks on that M5? Nothing. Not a thing. You can do thermostats, you could do an alternator, you could change the belts, you could change parts, you could do oils, you could do all of that stuff in the driveway with no special computers, no special tools, nothing. The government does not want those cars out anymore or on the road, or the people that are funding these programs and things behind the government. So when I was looking at this, I literally couldn't believe it. Somebody had sent me something and I was like, let me dig into this. This is probably bullshit. And when I saw Blackrock and Vanguard as the top shareholders at all of these auto parts stores, and auto parts manufacturers, I went, interesting. And then I looked and I was like, I wonder if they own a bunch of these used car auto parts. They're invested into it. They're not like they don't own LKQ, not that I was able to find, but I'm willing to bet you money that Blackrock and Vanguard are probably in that market too. This is concerning because it looks like between state legislation of them trying to ban all of these vehicles, taking away the parts. You got state of New York, which they're saying it's because of ghost guns, but we're not dumb. Now you want to get rid of CNCs and lathe machines so that you can't make wrenches or tools or things like that. I don't know, man. This is extremely interesting to me. If you have an older vehicle, I'd say buy some parts, get a parts car, park it somewhere. I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. And if, I know that these companies are going to, I know a lot of these companies are going to go to the president and want like this anti-right to repair legislation. I think that we need our representatives and the president to just codify this in law to shut this bullshit down. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. What do you think about Advance Auto Parts closing these 700 stores? Do you think it's a coordinated effort to get these older cars off the road? Because I do. And as always, stay petty, my friends.